Okay, as it states in the description, I managed to test the obstacle avoidance on my Phantom 4 Pro, not by accident, by default, I guess you can say. First of all, let me apologize for the video quality. I'm not really concerned about what the video looks like at this point. I'm testing. This is like the second or third time I've actually flown this drone. I have a Phantom 3, a Phantom 2 and a Phantom 4. So I've already gone through all of the intelligent flight modes. Everything seems to be working fine. So at this point, this is the second time today that I have flown pretty much the same route. A little bit different the first time, and actually went further. But as you can see, I'm cruising along. Everything looks nice. I'm flying a little bit lower than I normally would, but I can tell I'm clearing everything quite fine, and it just looks cool going over stuff like this where you can really see the detail in the trees as you're going over them. But unbeknownst to me, well, I know about this, but I was excited flying, enjoying it. Where I took off from, I've got my return to home set at 120 feet. You really can't tell in this video, but I'm actually flying slightly uphill. As you can see, the little white house up on the horizon there, it's up pretty high. So I'm flying along. Real nice little area here. As I top over these trees, I see something that I had never seen before because I've never really flown this exact route. I see all this junk laying out by this one house here. Everybody out there where I live keeps things pretty organized. But this just looks like an eyesore. There's cars parked everywhere. There's goats running around. It just looks like Hillbillyville. At this point, I'm thinking, oh, look, I'm headed straight for a tower. So I start veering off to the left here, and I notice this little lake. So I kind of pause here for a second. I'm looking at the lake on my screen, trying to get my bearings, and I see the little white house on the horizon up there. And I go, okay, I've driven past that place a few times. I know where that's at. So I start heading in that direction. Now, earlier in the day, I had flown well beyond this house that you're seeing here. But at this point, I'm starting to see signal loss on my transmitter. So I go, okay, it'll come back. Well, at some point right about here, the screen, the app, the DJI Go 4 app just completely shuts off. And I'm not sure if obstacle avoidance did this, or at this point it just said, okay, we're not getting any input from the transmitter. Let's go ahead and go home. Now, I did not raise this up. At this point, I am totally blind. I don't see anything. I'm trying to get my tablet restarted, which happens to be a Samsung S2, which works fine with my Phantom 4. Never had any issues with it. Now, I'm flying along. I don't know anything at this point. I'm still waiting for the tablet to reboot so that I can see what the drone is doing. So you can imagine what I felt like when I got this thing home, took the SD card out of it, and loaded it to where I could, really see what happened. But as you can see, of course, the video is not that good. I should have probably adjusted that before I took off. But you can see I just barely missed this tree right here. That's pretty close. If we look on the horizon, you'll see the tallest tree in the forest, and I'm headed right at it. Here it comes. Oh, crap. Thank you, obstacle avoidance. So it raises up over the tree, and I still haven't gotten visual on the drone yet. There's no, the tablet is still trying to reboot, And right about here, the tablet comes back on, and I'm saying to myself, I'm looking kind of low here. I better put a little stick into it. So I raise it up a little bit. At this point, my heart rate is going like crazy. So I just switched it over to sport mode. As you can see in the lake, I'm headed straight upwind. So I've got this thing balls to the wall back to the house. And I guess where I'm going with this is, number one, DJI needs to work on this new app they came out with. I mean, when it works, it's great, but when it decides to quit, it's not like the old DJI Go 3 that just drops out, and then when you it comes back towards you, whether you're flying or it goes to return to home, you get the video back. This just shuts off completely. No telemetry, no nothing. You're just flying blind at this point. So what you really need to take into consideration when you're flying one of these things is always set your return to home. Give yourself a little bit of wiggle room. Like I said, mine set at 120 feet. I did not realize that I was that far below where I had flown out to. So it's getting its telemetry from the home point. Now, the drone did perfect. Everything worked fine. But as far as having this app drop out on me like that, it was very concerning. Thank you and have a nice day. Fly safe.